Hi, my name is Scott Springer. I'm the owner of Springer Precision. We manufacture products for mostly the firearm industry. We make a lot of accessories, so every time a new gun comes out, we're on it, making new parts and accessories to support that product. A typical day for me would be starting off, turning on all the machines and the robots, getting everything warmed up, and then getting the cycles ready to run for the day. So before we incorporated in automation into our facility, we had a really big problem of labor. We live in a small community in the middle of Oregon, and labor is very tough to come by. So we had to look for alternatives to either relocate or to find a new way to produce our parts. We were drawn to LightsOut because our friends up in Idaho, Seekins Precision, had been using the robots, and over about 6 months he consulted with me and we decided that, you know what, we can sort of change the way we do things and make it more optimized for automation, and it would be a really big investment, but the payoff would be much, much bigger. I think one of the best things about LightsOut is they have a level of expertise that's needed, and they also have the ability to listen and not tell you what you need to do, but give you options on how you want to do it. You can either go, get your feet wet, or you can go full on with fully delivered systems. We wanted everything done so that we could plug it into our machines, start making parts. And they did an incredible job of listening to our needs and designing systems that have worked excellent for us. We didn't necessarily see the results right off the bat because there was a little bit of a learning curve that we had to get our head around, but we saw the potential. And immediately the potential was so obvious that we had to try to get everything in line so that we could go ahead and automate everything. There are some big challenges that come with automation, but once we got everything in place, we couldn't be more happy with the results. We had a strategy of making, a bunch of parts at once, and then we realized with automation, we could make one part at a time, make a lot more parts with less tool breakage, less running of bad parts. Our latest machine we ordered with all the right options. We didn't have to retrofit any door openings or any of that kind of stuff. They came in, set it up, within 2 days we were running parts. For shops that are hesitant about automation, I think it's really important to be honest with yourself and look at what you're doing and what you want to do, and see if you're just out of capacity or going to be running the same thing for days or weeks on ends, where you could really take advantage of clearing up all that extra machine time that you don't have by running it 24 hours a day. It's a lot easier to run that robot longer than it is to lay somebody off, bring somebody in. They're not on their phone, they're not out smoking, they're not out. They just make parts. So the one advantage that we found out is that we could spend more time making better parts. So we can actually put more features into our parts, we can put more details into them because we're not constantly behind. You find that you have a little bit more time to be creative, you have more time to work on the programs that you're running, you have more times to sort of fine-tune all the details that you need to do when you're making parts. Everybody has a little bit different opinion on the robots. We have some people like, oh, you're gonna put people out of work and blah, blah, blah. Oh, we love it, it's a robot, it's cool, it's gonna take over the world, this is Skynet, all kinds of reactions. But at the end of the day, we have more time to spend with our families. We're not working the overtime that we have had to do in the past. We've had, again, about 30% more production this year, and our labor cost is down. Overall, we've been really, really happy, and it's allowed us to get opportunities that we would have never had before. They far exceeded every other company that we've dealt with in the manufacturing side of it. They're a bunch of people who care about what they're doing, and that is expressed in the quality of the work that they provided to us. If you're like me and you just want to make parts and you want to do machining and you want somebody to come in and just have it ready to run and ready to go, they've done enough setups that they can draw from that experience to give you a really good experience. Automation really is at the point where even somebody like me can come in and say, hey, this is what I need to do. What do we need to do it? And they can evaluate, like, these are the things you'll need to get it done. And then you can make that decision about, is this something that's really gonna fit? Is it gonna allow me to grow beyond what I ever imagined I could do? Or, is it just gonna be a big expense that, I really don't need? There was no pressure at all from LightsOut ever about trying to upsell. They just were honest about, this would make your life easier, this wouldn't. They have a passion, they have enough customers to give you a really qualified answer. That transparency, for me as a business owner, I really appreciate it. So that is a huge thing that I want people to know about LightsOut, is that they actually care. They're not just giving lip service about what they're going to do. They'll actually answer the phone if you have a problem.